update on the Christmas festival. Gemmill.
Believe that it went just as well as ever it did before. A great weekend, lots of fantastic PR, no incidents, no arrests, no traffic collisions, just a few people that had to burn off a few extra calories walking a bit further to get into town. So I think overall it was an excellent weekend. And as usual, I stand before you to just give you an update. Those of you that came to the festival will remember we had a wonderful parade. There were a few hairy moments, as any unscheduled event can sometimes be. The unscheduled event being 3 floats that for some unknown reason travelled the wrong way around the parade route for the first part of the parade, which caused a few heart failures, as we suddenly realised we had to do a bit of negotiation to get them back in line, but it all succeeded. And the crowd just thought that was all part of the entertainment to clear the streets. So it all worked out well in the end. The parade was very well attended. We think in terms of numbers, we're looking at about 20,000 people that came. The fireworks were spectacular. And again, there's always the little glitch, which I will now share with you, that about 3 minutes before the fireworks were due to go up, I got a frantic call from the man who was responsible for lighting the fireworks to ask me what exactly he was supposed to do about the javelina that was standing 3 feet away from him. Needless to say, the javelina didn't charge into the kids' zone, which was its direct escape route. It decided to hide underneath a bush, and we're thankful for that there were no incidents from the javelina. The vendors' market was wonderful. We had a really beautiful scene. If you travelled through the vendors' market during the day and during the evening, it was real twinkly. That's the kind of impression we were trying to create, a winter wonderland where people could shop during the evening, take advantage of all the things that we had from the Magic Road Festival's production. Roberta does such a fantastic job for us in getting so many vendors to come from so far afield to put together the Christmas market, and every year we improve on the vendors that come, and each year we make a list of things that we want to do to bring more people. I think in fact she has a wait list already for 2013. Sponsorship was phenomenal this year, to such an extent that we exceeded our expectations in some areas. You never know with a festival quite how much of it will be funded by the sponsorship. It's always a guess, and you hope that people have had a successful year and they still want to contribute, but you can never guarantee that, which is why we always ask for an investment from the town, which was why we asked for the $20,000 investment this year for the Christmas Festival. But thanks to the tenacious efforts of Lynn Hitchen and I think my English accent, we managed to finagle more funds this year than we certainly have done in the past, to such an extent that I'm very happy to report to you this evening that as a result of the investment from the town, but also from sponsors, from the vendor market fees, and from other donors within the community, we are actually able to hand back to the town of Carefree $10,000, as we didn't need to use those funds because we have sponsorship that covered our expenses. So that money, we are very happy to be able to say we can hand back to the town, partly as a result of some saved expenses, some things that we predicted would costing us some funds, which in the end we didn't need to spend the money on, but also because we had such a great commitment. I'd like to spend a little bit of time just talking about the PR that we received for the event, because without the PR, we wouldn't have anybody coming to the festival except some of our neighbours. And coins is a wonderful mechanism for informing people of what happens in Carefree, but if we only relied on our own PR within our town infrastructure, it wouldn't be the event that we have. I will be handing out, or Betsy will be giving to you at the end of the council meeting, the promotion report that we have put together by Proven Media. It's our campaign report for the whole of the Christmas Festival. I apologise for not getting it to you sooner than this meeting. But in summary, I just want to pick out a few points so that you're aware of exactly how important the PR was for this event and how phenomenal the PR was that we received. Our total PR budget was $2,400. That's the money that we paid Proven Media to go out there and try and obtain as much PR as they could for the festival. And as we know, PR is not a guarantee. Advertising is a guarantee. You pay for the ad, it appears in the newspaper. But the PR is something that you pitch to the various media channels, and you hope that they're interested enough that they're going to pick up on the story and run with it. Well, I'm happy to report to you that in terms of the value of the publicity that we received, if we equate it to how much we spent on PR, the value is $163,000, all-encompassing approach to PR, covering print, digital, online media, social media, television, web, in both local, regional, national, and of course statewide publications. Other highlights: the Foothills Animal Rescue had an event on Sunday morning, and actually I think had 5 dogs adopted as a result of the Christmas festival, and they raised more money at this Christmas festival than in previous festivals. So we were kind to our animals this year as well. You sat and looked at my thank you letter. There's no excuse for not reading it. It came out through Carefree Truth, it was printed in the Sonora News, it was printed in the Arizona Republic, it's also online. There were so many names in my thank you letter that it was a bit difficult to print in some cases because the list went on and on and on. But to be honest, that was the point, to be able to make sure we acknowledged every single person. And I want to just make a shout out that goes on record that I did forget to mention MCSO, the Maricopa County Sheriff's Department, and their paid sheriffs and volunteers that came to help us for the festival. Without their help, we wouldn't be able to achieve the kind of crowd control and sense of safety that we had. So, Betsy, please make a note of that. We'll stand before you again just before you set your budget for next year to beg for the same money, or most likely more money, for the next festival. So thank you very much, and I'm happy to take questions.
I had an early Caring Corps van trip, and it was amazing to me how clean everything was after the parade on the following day.
Right, and our kudos and congratulations to the street crew who stay there
We worked
until
till after
the
midnight.
job is done. They were there till 1 o'clock in the morning.